Alright folks, update on Project Cheat Mode. You've seen the seat install video, you've seen some of the ride footage with these already in the car. Been running them for a couple months, real happy with them. Great looking seat, they clean up nice and easy, a lot more comfortable, really keep you planted in the car. I like them a lot, highly recommend them. Today we're going to upgrade the belts. So factory Can-Am seat belts are retractable, which is nice. Allows you to be strapped in and still reach the glove box. However, it takes a lot to make them actually lock. So we're going to get rid of those and we're going to upgrade to more HSPs. This is their 2-inch the race style latches on them. A lot of pieces here. Now this is the actual 5-point harness. We're not going to use them as a 5-point. We're just going to utilize the 4. But you can see it's got a race style latch on it. So anyway, we'll get these installed and we'll check back in once they're in. So I won't bore you with the time lapse on this one. It's literally 4 bolts. You have a lower bolt that's harnessed here, upper one, same thing on the opposite side. We'll get those out, swap in the new ones, and away we go. So we ran into our first issue. The holes in the tabs and the lap belts don't have a large enough diameter to use the factory bolts. This is a shouldered bolt that comes in the Can-Am. It goes in the lower seat frame. Normally it goes into a tab like this. Tighten the bolt down, it allows it to swivel. With the new belts, the hole's not big enough to go over the shoulder, so you have a couple options. You either drill these out to, I believe this is about a 14 millimeter or 9/16 shoulder, so that you can use the factory bolts, or you change the bolts out to a smaller, well, not a smaller diameter, but a bolt without the shoulder on it, which is going to obviously not allow the belts to swivel, but I don't think that's a big deal. Now the shoulder harnesses, there's no issues there. Basically you use the bolts that are supplied in the kit with the harnesses, and you just use the factory nut to install those. So no modification required here, just at the lap belts. So I'm going to opt for drilling out these tabs and using the original hardware, just because I don't have any other bolts around that will work. So we'll get these drilled out and finish up this install. So we're just going to hit this real quick with a step bit. We're going from a 1/2-inch diameter hole up to, like I said, 14 millimeter 9/16. Most people don't have drill bits that large, so step bit works good. Just hit that real quick, punch these out until we can insert these and they fit on the shoulder. And back in the car. Alright, so we got it punched out, and now our bolt goes in and spins freely. 3 more to go. One thing to remember, if you want to go over 15 miles an hour, you got to make a jumper out of this little guy. This is on the driver's side. There's a wiring harness behind the seat, back at the bottom. Basically you just jump the 2 wires together. That tells the computer in the car that your seatbelt is fastened, because these aftermarket belts don't have the switch built into them. So I'll get that jumped across and we should be good to go. If you're interested in getting a set of these for your car, contact Hunter Safety Products. Talk to Curtis, he'll hook you up with a set. They do have a couple different options, different latch styles and different strap widths. Get whatever works for you. So there we have it, they're in. Install was pretty straightforward. We'll say if you're considering putting harnesses in and getting rid of the factory retractable harnesses, one thing to keep in mind is that when you move the seat, the harnesses don't move. So if you have different sized individuals driving or riding, it's going to add a little bit of time to making the adjustments. But all in all, these are much safer, more dependable. We'll see how they work out. Thanks for watching.